quick movie review here for Captain America Brave New World. What did I think of this film? Bloody hell. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I didn't care for the villain. The villain reveal for me in the film, it was a bit of a disappointment, a bit of a weak link. And then his reasoning, because like the president, well, he's president now, but like I guess before he was president, when he was like a politician or whatever, he's a bad person. We know that he has like a shady past. He's not very good. He's estranged from his daughter, and like he had this guy locked up. He did experiments on him. We know he was dying. His health was failing him. So that guy that's green, he looks like Zuckerberg. He helps him actually, to like, stay alive. But he helps him with a trick. And the trick is that he's putting like Hulk juice inside his pills or something. Like he's basically giving him what the Hulk had, the same chemical reaction in his body, and he does. That's why he turns into like the Red Hulk towards the end of the film. And so yeah, I think his name's Gladius Ross, played by Harrison Ford. And yeah, he's just a bad politician. He's just a bad person, I guess. He has some shady stuff in his past, but he redeems himself because he takes full responsibility. He steps down from being president, and he allows himself to be locked up in this kind of weird jail cell thing. And like we get of course, a post-credit scene in this film. And the post-credit scene is Captain America, the non-Steve Rogers Captain America, because I guess that's the original guy. His name is Steve Rogers, but he's a new Captain America guy, right? But the Steve, what do you call him? Not Steve. He goes to visit the green dude in jail, and it's revealed that the green dude, he says, "Oh, it's gonna prepare you for the others." So I guess there's more bad guys to fight, so that's exciting. Basically, there's gonna be a number 2 in this movie, another Captain America. I mean, there's already so many Captain Americas. I don't know if this film does that whole, what's that? Multiple timeline type stuff. I know a lot of these superhero movies that like to do that, the multiple timelines, different universes. They're kind of annoying with these because they want to have the liberty to like change things in the film. But like, oh, that happened in this timeline, in that universe, but it didn't happen in the other one. But yeah, and the Avengers don't exist in this movie, and he asked them to like bring him back. So I guess he is going to bring him back now under the new president, whoever that's going to be. He has like a set of eyes. He has a friend that works in the government. I don't recall what her name was, but she's like the president's main bodyguard type person, and she's, I was curious, like, what's the relation they have together? I think that his ex-girlfriend, maybe? Was that, like, did she used to fight with him? She knows, like, because she works in the government, so I'm guessing she has some sort of, education, the background. They know each other from somewhere. I'm kind of curious, but we don't ever really explore that in the film. He has the one guy, the Hispanic guy, that he's friends with. He's, like, younger than him, too. He's like the youngest of the group. He's a kid, really. It's like he's really quite a young person. But he also flies the suit. He's like his right hand man. I think he's called Red Wing or something. Yeah, I think it was called Red Wing. I don't know if Red Wing was him or Red Wing is the little robot contraption that he has on his back because the robot's like, I was thinking maybe the robot would have been a side character, had like make noises and stuff, but no. The robot's just like, it doesn't, I guess it has a command and it hears the command. But maybe there's no artificial intelligence and it's just automated. And then what else in this film that I enjoyed? They had the lady, the Secretary of Defense lady. And she's from Israel. I think she's from Israel. She's like widowed. And you can hear she has an accent, so it makes sense. Like, yeah, and she's tiny. She's a very tiny person, actually. She's very petite, very short. But of course, she knows how to fight. And there's this scene where she's beating up like these dudes. Like, it felt almost comedic. And the one scene where she's beating up a bunch of guys with armor, and presumably they know how to fight, and she's fighting them. She's beating them up. Like, nobody's business. But okay, you have to suspend disbelief somewhere, right? And that was kind of funny. And she also has like her own superhero suit, so I guess she's somewhat of a super person. Maybe that's why she's able to do it, because she's also a super person type. And like Gladius mentions this to Captain America. He says like, "Oh, we haven't been really nice to like superhero people, but I guess because you helped me, I'm gonna have to like change my stance on that." I don't super like in this universe. I don't know if this is like a Marvel thing. Maybe this is just for this movie, but like, yeah, the superheroes, they have jobs, right? They know their superpowers, so they give them jobs and contracts. And Captain America has this friend named Isaiah. Isaiah something, I forgot what the surname was, but and Isaiah, he gets in trouble. Well, he gets in trouble because he gets mind controlled to like assassinate the president and shit. But what's happening with Isaiah is he was a soldier, I guess, in the Vietnam War. Like he served his time, he served his country, but it sounds like his country treated him horribly. He came back from war and then he was in prison for 30 years apparently, which is like a really long time. It's literally like a fucking 3 decades, and he was experimented on. But if I'm not mistaken, in the film he mentions it's its own government. Like he served his United States government and then he gets imprisoned by the United States government after serving. What the flying fuck? That makes sense. He's like a super soldier. He's a super soldier. He's like super strength. He can jump really high and shit. And so, but that's like crazy. So when he tells him, oh, only under one condition, because he gets invited, because they like in the beginning of the film, you see it in the trailer, beginning of the film, they're flying over Mexico. I thought this was kind of funny too. They're flying over Mexico and they're doing like a covert operation in Mexico. And I don't know, I just thought it was kind of funny. Because like our neighbor to the south, here we are, U.S. troops deploying in Mexico. Is that it's kind of sort of like an invasion in a way? I mean, would Mexico approve of that? But maybe this type of thing already does happen. The U.S. conducting military site operations in Mexico. That was the idea, to fight the cartel. We'll have to see how that turns out, because Trump's saying he wants to fight cartels, right? And I'm guessing he wants to like possibly use U.S. troops to go into Mexico to help aid in this, which is like kind of scary, I think. But anyway, I digress. My dog, she's walking around. Yeah, Captain America, Brave New World. I enjoyed this movie. I did enjoy it. We don't have any background of his family or anything, actually. I guess that's kind of interesting with the film. The only family I guess he has is the kid. That young man. The young man that he's also a soldier and he helps him fight. Oh, and that and Isaiah. Those would be like his family, I guess. And what's his name? Breaking Bad guy, whatever his name was again. He it's Gutierrez, something like that. But his character, he's like, well, he's a bad guy too. And I felt like he would have been a more interesting villain than the bad guy we ultimately got as the main villain. He's like a side villain, right? A side villain character, and I don't know, I liked him more. And I was thinking that maybe we would have seen him more throughout the film, more prominent roles, but no. He was hired by the other guy to help aid in the assassination and type stuff, and it was just, I don't know, I didn't care for the villain. The villain for me kind of ruined it. And then the way he looks like Zuckerberg with the green, his brains popping out. He's imprisoned in this black site in West Virginia. I don't know. I guess you could say that I didn't appreciate the twist there. I didn't care for it. They had the one scene where they're fighting in the Indian Ocean, the Japanese and U.S. military, because there's this, I guess it's a giant rock or something. Maybe it's like in another film this happens. I don't know if it's unique to this timeline in the movie, where there's like this alien island rock formation thing in the Indian Ocean, and for some reason Britain's not part of the discussions, but France is, I guess. Because they have Diego, right? They have the Diego Garcia Island, so I think I guess France will also be there because of a reunion. I don't know, but Oh my god, what is it, darling? What is it, Mocha? She's acting odd. She's acting a little weird. She's being a weird dog today. But what was I thinking of in my head for this film? For this movie? That was kind of a fun scene when they're flying in the air fighting the fighter jets. There's only 2 jets deployed because like nobody really wants to go to war. I guess it kind of a nice portrayal. Like there's not going to be any actual fighting per se, but the 2 countries almost go to war and it's quite serious. But then that's when we get the anger scene shortly thereafter because he's at the podium. They're like asking all these questions. Hey, we heard it was like you all along. You did this covert thing behind the scenes, like. In like Japan, like they said the deal was still going through, but like this drama just happened. I don't know what she's doing. She's acting weird. But yeah, the film was it was good. I liked it. It was a nice film. Didn't care for the villain overall, though. With the action and the story, it was good enough. But just the villain, I don't know. I just didn't like the villain. I didn't care for him. His motivation was like he wanted to embarrass him, make him look bad, get him fired. I guess he wins in the end, basically, because he does get like fired. Like he can't be president anymore after that whole debacle. But yeah, and I didn't realize that in the film. But yeah, we don't get any like family background with Captain America. Actually, he has like no family. Besides the 2 gentlemen that I mentioned, yeah. And then there's this one dude that shows up in the film that I'm not sure who that is, but then she names him Buchanan, so-and-so Buchanan, future or former congressman or something like that. But I guess he's from another film. I have no idea. But that's like in the hospital scene, and there's some significance supposed to be there. I don't know. They don't kill anyone. Well, people do die in the film, but like Captain America, it becomes self-evident in the beginning. There's not, he's not ripping heads off. He's not really killing people. He's beating them up, incapacitating people. He's like Batman. He doesn't kill. And that aspect of the film that I care for, I don't know if that was because Captain America's like Batman, he doesn't kill, or if it has to do with like the rating. The people wanted the film to have a good rating so they can show it like this had to be rated R. I think maybe that's what the idea was with that, because there are people that do die in the film, but they die like off camera and stuff, and the fighting's never like too bloody, I guess. But yeah, overall I did enjoy it. Captain America Brave New World review. Thank you for listening.